The craziest thing about progress is that it almost comes all at once. You know, anytime I got into a season of consistency, or if I put my mind on something I wanted to get there, you know, it starts with a vision, a goal. Anytime I've progressed toward that goal of what it is I wanted to accomplish, it was like it happened overnight almost. And it's because, I won't say it's just because of this, but definitely a great portion of it was my mindset going into it, how I thought about it. You know, I like to talk and speak through examples, you know, so allow me to use an example. I started a TikTok page, right? This is a year ago, over a year, a little bit now. Started a TikTok page, and I was like, okay. I actually posted this on, I probably got some screenshots somewhere. I might show it, I don't know. But I actually posted this on my Instagram story, like my close friends. And, you know, I shared pretty much the same sentiment that I'm sharing now, which is that if you have a solid plan for something and you know what it requires, you know internally what it requires to get there, it becomes easier to, for lack of better words, manifest it into existence, because you know what it takes to get there, and you just got to do the actionable steps day by day. So for example, with my TikTok page, I told my close friends, I said, hey, I want to get my TikTok account to 10,000 followers. All right, that was my goal. I said, I'm gonna get to 10,000 followers, start from scratch. It wasn't a page I bought. It was nothing like that. I was just starting brand new. And I told close friends, okay, I'm gonna get there. But most importantly, I had a vision for how I was going to do it, how I set everything up. And like I said, I had a solid plan for how to get it done. I knew what it required. I knew I had to post every single day. I knew I had to remain and keep a consistent format for when I was posting. It had to be valuable, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's not about, you know, it's not about that page. It's not about the TikTok. It's not about none of that. It's about the story behind it and the mindset behind it. And the same goes for your personal health, fitness. Like I've said in multiple videos already, I was 240 pounds in the 10th grade, 5'7". Probably even more than 240. That was me when I was losing a little bit of weight. I caught myself at 240. And the reason I lost that weight and got myself down to 180 at 5'10" by that time, you know, I hit a little growth spurt too. It's because I knew what I had to do every single day, and I didn't dread doing it. I didn't think about the fact that I had to do it every single day. I just knew that it was something that had to be done. And most importantly, like I'm saying, once I got into that routine of eating healthy, going to the gym, running every day, right? My routine was a bit different back then. But once I got into the routine of doing what I know I needed to do on a consistent basis every single day, it became second nature. It came into existence. What I wanted to came into existence in terms of me losing that weight and ultimately changing my life. I'd never been a reasonable weight, you know, my whole life for the most part up until that point. So I had to have a vision for what I wanted myself to be and how I wanted to look. I knew I wanted to have abs. I knew I didn't want to live and be overweight. I knew I didn't want to continue wearing shirts when I went into the pool, right? I was at that stage. I knew that when I was walking into the wind, I didn't want to have to keep on pulling my shirt off of me, you know, things of that nature. If you're watching this and you're a little bit overweight or been there before, you understand. You know, I know I didn't want to continue doing those things. So I had a vision. I had two visions, actually. I knew what I didn't want to be anymore, and I knew what I wanted to be. And then from there, I knew what it required to get there. And I didn't think about the fact that I had to do it. A lot of y'all, you get into a situation where, you know, you hit somebody like me up, or you hit a personal trainer up, and you ask for some type of crazy advice that they've never given anybody in terms of how to lose weight. That advice does not exist, right? You asking, how do I get into amazing shape with six-pack abs, whatever, without dieting? There's no way around it. You have to be on some form of a diet. Now, it might not feel like a diet. Now, a diet has a bad connotation to it, you know. It's just the things that you eat and hold yourself to on a consistent basis, right? That's your quote-unquote diet, you know. And if you think about it as every day you wake up, oh man, I gotta eat these eggs with the egg whites. I gotta eat the two whole eggs with the 4 egg whites. And you know, I want to have some waffles. I want to have these Lego My Eggo waffles, you know, but you can't have it. I want to have these pancakes, pop them in a toaster or in a microwave, whatever, but you can't have that. You start thinking about the things that you can't have rather than the blessing and the fact that you're able to eat at any moment that you want to. Think about what you can be appreciative of, right? A lot of us, there's people out there in the world that if you can give them any type of food, they're going to be so thankful for it. So sometimes, you know, I try to remind myself, why am I, or at any time, why am I tripping about the fact that I have to remain on a consistent diet to be healthy when I should be appreciative of the fact that I have food to eat every day? And then I can pick and choose if I want to eat healthy versus not eat healthy. A lot of us were making excuses for ourselves, and you know, we looking for an easy way out, for an escape. We don't want to hear that you got to diet. We don't want to hear that you got to go to the gym every day. We don't want to hear that you have to be disciplined and remain consistent and work on yourself every single day. You don't want to hear that because you're thinking about the fact that you're doing it every day. It's not about the fact that you're doing it every day. It's the fact that you're becoming that person, and you got to act and feel as if you are that person. And once you get there, it becomes so much easier for things to come into fruition and for you to be that person rather than think about how you would have to be that person or what you had to do to achieve that or become that person that you envision yourself of being. So if you can convince yourself mentally, in a sense, that you're there and that this is what a healthy person does. My vision of myself, of who I want to be in terms of my health, my relationships, my finances, whatever it may be. This is the vision that I have set for myself. And this is what I have to do on a consistent basis because I know what it takes on the inside. We all know what it takes on the inside. Specifically, like I said, in the gym, you know what it takes. You sitting there, you questioning, okay, another summer went by. We in August now, another summer went by. Did you reach the physique of your dreams or even close to it? Or did you start for 15 days, 30 days, 15 days or 30 days, and then get to a point where you're like, okay, I got to stop this, or I can't keep going. We haven't made it to the 60-day mark. We haven't made it to the 90-day mark, 120 days. You haven't made it to half a year, 6 months of being consistent, and you feel like you can't lose weight. That to me, you're shooting yourself in the foot. How can you say, okay, I want to get to a certain place. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 30 pounds, 40 pounds, whatever it is. And a trainer tells you, okay, this is what you got to do, X, Y, Z. You got to do these 3 things. Eat healthy, go to the gym, stop thinking about it, right? And you get the day, or you get to the end of the week, you get to day 7, and you asking, why haven't you lost 10 pounds? Or better yet, you're asking questions like, how do you lose 10 pounds in 20 days? How do you lose, or 10 pounds in 10 days? Things like that. Think about the fact that you want to lose those 10 pounds and just doing it on a consistent basis, and who you have to be to do that. A lot of us, we just looking for a shortcut. And that's all, you already going into it with the wrong mindset. If your goal isn't to remain, obtain, and keep a consistent, healthy lifestyle, you're going to revert back into your old self. And trust me, listen to me. Nobody knows more. I'm not gonna say nobody knows more, but I know well what it feels like to get in good shape and then fall back out of it. Get in good shape and then fall back out of it. And that's one of the worst feelings, to get yourself to a certain level that you want to be at, and then you start waning off of it. And now you gotta put extra time in to get back to somewhere that you could have been at already and stayed at, and then crushed and went way past that. So now you can't even see the full heights of your potential because you keep restarting. You keep starting over. You get to day 60 and you're like, okay, well, that's it. I got where I wanted to. And you don't keep on seeking to improve because you only get this life one time. You only get to do this one time. I'm in my mid-20s, early 20s, mid-20s. And I'm fortunate, I'm blessed to know that I'm not going to be able to get a second chance at this, that I know of. Dante's only going to be here one time. And I can't go back to when I was 18 or 16, 13, whatever. I can't go back to those times of being in prom, high school prom, or whatever it is, and being in that good shape, or entering college and being in that good shape, or hitting your mid-20s, hitting your 30s and being in great shape, or hitting your 40s and looking like you in your 20s. So for my people, wherever you at in terms of your age right now, you got to realize, okay, this is my time to get right. I have to get in the best shape that I possibly can as soon as I can, because it's only going to get harder as time goes on. And like I said, it's not just about getting in shape. Progress, whatever it may be, is about falling into the pattern. Just let it happen. Just do it every single day. Make it something that you enjoy. Get a dopamine hit from it. Or whatever they call it when it's not actually dopamine, and it's better than dopamine. I'm not a scientist or none of that. I didn't go into science, trust me. Biology, whatever. But yeah, find your flow of what you have to do on a consistent basis to get to where it is that you want to get to. For your finances, if you know that you want to make more money, you know that you got to work more, and you got to put some money to the side so you can invest in something else. Invest in yourself, invest in a business, whatever that may be. Or put some money to the side, like I said, to invest in yourself and your education, so that now you have a better degree that can get you a better job, making more money, and it just levels to it, just keeps on going up. That's why I went the school path. I went the school route. Got my degree, now I'm able to make money and do more things with it. But that's the thing, is that once you get to a certain point, if you want, you have to keep on progressing. I'm not getting complacent. I got to where I'm at now. I'm blessed. But with this life, I want to do a whole lot more. So you can't be complacent. Fall in love with the process and allow everything to come to you and happen for you. And it will. All that being said, man, it's Dante. Make sure you like, comment. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I keep on stuttering. But we're not cutting none of this, man. Completely authentic with some of these videos. With that being said, man, I'm about to go ahead and hit the gym, and I'm out.